It is June of 1778. A well-supplied and newly trained Continental Army was eager to show off what they could do to the British. Word would come in from Patriot spies that the British occupying forces in Philadelphia were leaving, heading back to New York. Washington would take some of his army to surprise them on their march back, and so a plan was put together and the Battle of Monmouth was on. Falling into place, Washington's forces were getting set up and ready for battle. But unfortunately, this battle wouldn't go exactly to plan. One of the forward marching generals, Charles Lee, would be the main issue, and the first to make contact with the British forces. And the plan was for him to do this, basically to get the British attention to push, thinking it's a smaller force. Then Washington would move up in and reinforce him, becoming a trap. But that isn't quite what happened. At the start of the battle, Charles was overwhelmed and terrified of that imposing British force coming straight at him. Fearing for his own life and his men's life, he quickly set out on an all-out retreat, losing his own confidence and a confidence from his men. Not soon after this, Washington, continuing on with the plan, would run into all of these fleeing forces. Washington's quick thinking and reorganization saved them from absolute and complete disaster. After some reshuffling, he continued on with the plan, once again completely losing the element of surprise, just like the Battle of Germantown in the fall. The battle would continue on with a much more successful continuation compared to the start. Both sides dug in with attacks coming from really both armies, just trying to get some kind of an advantage. This would go on throughout the entire sweltering June day. By the evening, the British would eventually just pull back due to general fatigue of the troops. And Washington controversially followed suit with his own men, understanding they were just too tired and needed a break. The heat was really starting to show, and a lot of men were starting to suffer from heat illnesses. So the battle basically ended up in a draw, which normally, yes, this may not be the best outcome, or an outcome most would think is good, but this was huge for the revolutionary movement. Taking on the British army, well outmanned, and fighting them into a draw was huge for the Continental forces. It was proof they really could have a legitimate chance against one of the best militaries in the world. Helped by fresh tactics and training, supplied by efficient and consistent supply lines, and new life would breathe into the Patriots' cause and become a moral turning point at the time for the colonies. But this war was far from over, and something we will definitely have to come back to.